Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple of my favorite plays on Prizepicks for today, for Saturday, May the 21st. We got Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Saturday night. Got a couple player props I like for this game. You know, what stood out to me, taking a first look at the board on Friday night. Found a few props I liked. We'll share these plays. We'll share why I like them. Got 3 plays for today, but before we get started talking through the plays I like for today, we can recap Friday night's plays. And Friday night was a super tough night. Once again, sadly, we lost by 1. Thursday we lost by 1. Missed out on a clean sweep because PJ Tucker got injured. Needed 6 rebounds from PJ Tucker. He had 4 in like the first 6 minutes of the game, and then got injured. So we lost out on the sweep because of that. And then on Friday we lost out on the sweep because Wiggins lost by the hook. We needed 6 rebounds from Wiggins, and he finished with 5. But we hit the over on Jalen Brunson's points in the first half. Brunson had 20 points in the first half, needed 18 from him, and he went over in the first half. Needed 4 threes from Steph Curry, and Steph Curry hit 4 threes in the first half. So Curry and Brunson both had huge games. Came up early, came up huge, and hit very early in the first half. Sadly though, Andrew Wiggins did not get 6 rebounds. He finished with just 5. And it was a sweat too. I think Wiggins had 3 rebounds at halftime, so he was halfway there at halftime. And then he grabbed a rebound with I want to say 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Didn't grab a rebound again until there was maybe 7 minutes left or 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then the final 5-6 minutes of the fourth quarter, he didn't grab a rebound, which was super unfortunate. I was sweating it out, hoping that he would grab a board, but that's kind of the thing when it comes to rebound props. I mean, rebounds sometimes can just kind of be fluke stats. I mean, a lot of times rebounds just kind of have to bounce your way, and the rebounds just weren't bouncing Wiggins' way. I will say that Wiggins was guarding Luka for most of the game, and Luka, was playing a lot behind the arc. Wasn't really driving to the basket, so Wiggins wasn't around the basket as much as I would have liked. So I don't know if the rebound chances were as high as I would like. That's a line. I still think it was a good bet in the end because Wiggins did play 38 minutes, and I think more times than not when Wiggins plays 38 minutes, he's grabbing 6 rebounds. But I'll definitely have to look into things because he was guarding Luka for basically the entire game. And with him guarding Luka, he just wasn't able to be around the basket as much. Didn't have as many rebound chances as I would have liked. Tough though that he didn't grab that 6th rebound. Had 4 or 5 minutes left and couldn't grab a board. But it is what it is, man. We had a 2-1 night on Friday. Missed out on a clean sweep because we lost by the hook. I got 3 plays though I like for Saturday, and I'm hoping we can get a clean sweep tonight. We're definitely due, I feel like, especially after the last 2 days, losing out by the hook on Friday, losing out on Thursday because of PJ Tucker getting injured. Feel like we're due for a clean sweep. So we'll talk through the 3 plays I like for today, guys. Before we do get started though, make sure you hit that like button down below. Always appreciate you guys checking out these videos every day. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. I'm trying to upload these Prizepicks videos every day for you guys, pretty much every day until the end of the season. I'm going to be uploading these videos, talking through a couple of my favorite player props each day. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Also, go check out Prizepicks. Sign up and use promo code NOAH. When you do, Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. So maybe if you bet player props on a different sports book or a different DFS site, you want to give Prizepicks a try, you can sign up with that code, get that deposit bonus. You can tell the picks I give out in this video. You can find some other props you like, make some other picks for yourself. Prizepicks does offer a lot of other sports outside of just NBA. So if you're someone that likes to dabble into other sports, you can see their board, all their options they have for every other sport available. But yeah, definitely sign up and use that promo code NOAH, so that way you get that deposit bonus. But talking through my plays for today, I got 3 that I like at first look. We're going to start off in the points prop category. And I know this guy has not been playing very well lately. As you can tell by the thumbnail, I'm kind of high on Bam Adebayo today, and especially his points prop. I just think his points prop is too low. Really like over 13.5 points for Bam Adebayo. Now, I know there's going to be people already, what, Noah, you can't take an over on Bam Adebayo. He's playing so terrible right now. Sure, he's gone under this in 4 straight games. But we have a long track record of Bam Adebayo being a good player. Bam Adebayo isn't, he might be hurt. I don't know what's going on with him. It is a little odd that he's been so bad over the last 4 games. Towards the end of that Philly series, and so far in the first 2 games of the series against Boston, he's been terrible. Maybe Bam's hurt right now. I have no idea. But we have a long track record of Bam Adebayo being a good player, being a good scorer. And so far this season, he's averaged just over 19 points per game. So this line is so low compared to his season average. I mean, normally guys' props are kind of based around their season averages, but because Bam has been playing so poorly lately, the books have really had to kind of pull his props way down from what they normally would be. I just think this is a time where we can attack and go over. I feel really confident Bam Adebayo can score 14 points today, and if he goes out there and he's terrible once again and he doesn't score 14 points, then yeah, maybe I just made a bad decision. But I just think this line is too low for what we know Bam can be. I know his usage has been down lately. I know he's not been playing that well. He's not been scoring much at all. He's not really been taking many shots. But like we've seen the media, talking about Bam. I was watching ESPN the other night, and Stephen A. Smith was, saying how Bam Adebayo's got to be more aggressive. He's like the X factor for Miami right now, and he just hasn't been that great. Does Bam Adebayo know what the media is saying about him? Like, could he come into this game with some extra motivation? I mean, maybe. We don't really know. But I feel like we're going to get a good game from Bam at some point. He's not going to continue to average 6-8 points a game. I mean, this is a guy that normally averages close to 20 points per game. He's averaged almost 20 points per game this season. Sure, this matchup against Boston is not ideal. Boston's a very good defensive team, but we're getting a super low line on Bam Adebayo. If Bam Adebayo's points line today was like 17.5 or 18.5, I probably wouldn't be touching it. But I think because it's come down so much, like this is definitely a time to attack and take the over. I feel like if you keep betting unders when lines are coming down, like you're just making the wrong decision. I know obviously the people that have been betting unders on Bam lately have been getting paid off, but the books have really brought his lines way down. That if you're betting unders on these type of lines that have already come way down, like I just feel like that's a wrong decision to do in my opinion. So I'm taking the over 13.5 points for Bam Adebayo. Hopefully, Bam can turn things around at some point. I have a good feeling he will. Like, he's not going to continue to be this bad. He's going to have a good game at some point. And 14 points, I mean, my God, like, he could score 14 points in the first half, and I wouldn't be surprised. So I like over 13.5 points for Bam Adebayo. I definitely think this line is too low. And if he continues to play poorly and has another terrible game Saturday night, then so be it. But I definitely feel like this line is just too low. I think the books have maybe overreacted a little bit after a few bad games. And right now, like the juice is coming in, pretty heavy juice on the over right now for 13.5 points for Bam Adebayo. The sports books, DraftKings Sportsbook specifically, minus 125 on the over for 13.5 points for Bam. So I like it. 13.5 points for Bam. That's going to be our over 13.5 points for Bam. That's going to be our first pick for today that I like. But then the other two props I like are both assist props. And these are some other lines I thought were a little bit too low. So I'm taking over 4.5 assists for Jimmy Butler. So I know, lately Jimmy Butler has not been going over this line. He's only hit, one out of his last 3 games. But this is another line that's like, this is lower than his season average. On the season, Jimmy Butler has averaged, 5.5 assists per game. We don't really have any update yet on Kyle Lowry. He is questionable. If Lowry is in or out, like I don't think it's this massive downgrade for Butler. Like I think Butler can still easily get 5 assists if Lowry plays. And I think in the 5 playoff games Lowry has played in so far, I think Butler's gotten at least 5 assists. And I think 2 out of those 5 games, or maybe 3 out of the 5. I'm going to pull up the games Lowry played in. So Lowry played on April 17th against Atlanta, and I have Jimmy Butler's game log pulled up. So April 17th against Atlanta, Kyle Lowry played in this game. Butler did only have 4 assists, so he went under that game. April 19th against Atlanta, Lowry played that game. Butler had 5 assists, so he went over that game. April 22nd against Atlanta, Lowry played then. Butler had 8 assists, so he went over that game. And then May 6th against Philly, Lowry played that game. Butler only had 2 assists then. And then May 8th against Philly, Lowry played, and Butler had 6 assists. So Butler's still been able to get at least 5 assists in 3 of the 5 playoff games that Lowry has played in, so far in the playoffs. Again, Lowry maybe could return today. He's questionable right now. Again, like if Lowry gets ruled in, like I'm not gonna panic and just like I don't think this is just a bad bet if Lowry's in. Obviously, if Lowry gets ruled out, you just feel even better about it because Jimmy Butler's assist numbers I think would take a little bit of a hit or take a little bit of a bump up if Lowry is out. But still, Butler's had like a 25 or 26% assist percentage this season. So far in the playoffs, he's actually leading the team in potential assists per game, averaging 10.4 potential assists per game, just ahead of Lowry, who's averaging 10 potential assists per game. Last game, Jimmy Butler had 10 potential assists, which led the team. Just unfortunate that he only was able to convert 3 of those, so only had 3 assists last game. Butler also lost out on a lot of minutes because of the blowout. He played 32.5 minutes when normally in the playoffs, Jimmy Butler's playing like 40, 42 minutes. So, if that game stays close last game, Jimmy Butler probably gets 2 assists in 8 minutes and, goes over his projection. I just think this 4.5 assist line is too low. I think this line, Jimmy Butler's assist line should normally be like 5, 5.5. Anytime it goes under 5, it's usually going to be appealing to take, especially because, on the season, he's averaged over 5 assists per game. So I like this one quite a bit, over 4.5 assists for Jimmy Butler. Just, with a guy like Butler who's going to have the ball in his hands so much, 5 assists, he can just kind of fall into 5 assists. I mean, there's definitely going to be times when he touches the ball. Maybe he gets double teamed. Maybe he's forced to pass. And at that point, it just comes down to whoever he's passing it to, whether it be Hero, Duncan Robinson, maybe Bam, like whoever he's passing it to, they just got to make their shots. And hopefully Miami plays well. They keep this game close, and Jimmy Butler can get us 5 assists. But that's my second favorite prop for today. And the third prop I like to finish out our 3 plays for today, taking over 2.5 assists for Al Horford. So this is a number that Al Horford has hit in 5 straight games, and he's actually hit it in 9 out of his last 10 games. So Horford has been getting at least 3 assists pretty regularly. 9 out of his last 10 games, he's gotten at least 3 assists. And so far in the playoffs, in the 12 playoff games Horford has played in, he's gotten at least 3 assists in 9 out of 12 playoff games. So been hitting this very regularly. So far in the playoffs, he's been averaging a decent amount of potential assists. Obviously, Horford is not like a Nikola Jokic. He's not a guy that's going to get 15 potential assists per game. But he's been averaging 6 potential assists per game so far in the playoffs. Been averaging just over 3 assists, 3.3 assists per game in the postseason. Last game, he had 6 potential assists, which was actually the 3rd most on the team. You saw Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart both really dominate the ball handling, and they got a lot of potentials. Marcus Smart had 19 potential assists last game. Tatum had 15. And then, Horford was 3rd with 6 potential assists, was able to convert 3 of those. I want to say that if Horford gets 6 potential assists today, he's probably going to convert at least 3 of them and get 3 assists. I like this line being at 2.5. I think if this line does go up to 3, I'm not as excited to go to it just because I think there is a good chance that Horford gets 3 assists today, and if the line it moves to 3, then at that point you're playing for a push. But like this is a prop that I think more than likely over the long run is going to hit more than likely. And the juice on this prop does stand out as well. So actually looking at DraftKings Sportsbook, they have over 2.5 assists for Al Horford right now at -145. So a lot of juice coming in on that over. Also the Jimmy Butler over 4.5 assists, that is -155 on DraftKings Sportsbook. So both Butler over 4.5 assists and Horford over 2.5 assists. Both those props are pretty heavily juiced right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. Obviously on Prizepicks, it's a flat payout. No matter what prop you're taking, you get the same payout. So we don't have to worry about juice on Prizepicks. We can take heavily juiced props and not be penalized for that. We're getting, if we do a 3-pick power play, we're getting 5x our money, regardless. So really like taking, trying to find these heavily juiced props, taking those on Prizepicks, and these are 2 that I do like a lot. Over 4.5 assists for Jimmy Butler, over 2.5 assists for Al Horford. And those are going to be our 3 plays for today, guys. Over 13.5 points for Bam Adebayo, and then obviously those 2 assist props that we just talked about. I feel good about these 3 plays. I'm hoping that we can get a clean sweep tonight. I'm hoping we get a good game. We did get a good game Friday night for once. The Warriors-Mavs game stayed close Friday night. It was relatively high scoring. Hoping that's the case once again on Saturday night here. Hoping we get a close game. All our guys play full minutes. Maybe Bam Adebayo continues to suck again, and if he does, I'm sure there's going to be people in my comment section, why would you ever take an over on Bam? But I think over the long run, when you play out a game, 100 times, Bam Adebayo is scoring 14 points at least 60, 70 times out of 100. It's just that so far, over the small sample, the last 4 games, Bam has not been scoring much. But again, we have a long track record of Bam, being a guy that can score and being a really, good offensive big man. So feel good about these 3 plays. That's what I like for today, guys. But again, wish you guys the best of luck tonight, especially if you are tailing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it did help. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button before you do get out of here. Hit that subscribe button as well. Again, check out Prizepicks if you haven't yet. We talked about how you can play heavily juiced props on Prizepicks. You're not penalized for that. It's a flat payout. You get the same payout no matter what props you take. So, betting on a sportsbook versus betting on Prizepicks, there's definitely a big difference, and you can kind of see that with the flat payout. So, if you bet on a sportsbook, want to give Prizepicks a try, make sure to sign up with that promo code Noah. Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. But yeah, guys, good luck tonight. I appreciate you watching this video. As always, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.